Stuff from bottom paragraph again. Second column. David Amel said that it's better when they would embarrass him publicly, it's better to come upon Sofik Ish, which has liability of chenek, than to be Malbim Pnei Chaver Barabim, which person has no share in the world to come. Mashama Nochlo Od Mishiova Sofik Ish Shikshu Betos Loma Nok Sofik Ish the Koma Achakar David Habol Ish Sheish Lo Kelfmabo. Then he concludes. He says, a person Mal B'nei Chaver has no share in the world to come, but Rabba Alei Shesish has a share in the world to come. No, which means you can be atoned. You can be atoned Chanech, right? Mashad Afilu Shesish Vadai, V'nir Lomar. This is where we left it. The Harbe, Lo Ichbas Lu Kasha Yoma Olav Dova Shemra, Bein is Bayishbo. The many people, they have thick skins. And even if you embarrass them, they're not embarrassed. When you embarrass another person, do an act of embarrassing, one doesn't know the consequence of that act. First, if some person says something, you don't even realize that you're embarrassing. Your intent is not to embarrass. The person is embarrassed. Another person where your intent is even to embarrass, the person is not being embarrassed. There's a famous story with Yosef Salant, who was the father-in-law of Rav Shmuel Salant, who was the Rabbi Yerushalayim. So Rabbi Yosef Salant came to Eretz Yisrael like in the 1850s, and he was the Rebbe of Rabbi Yosef Salant, and he would come to always go to the Netz in the old city of Yerushalayim. There was a wealthy Jew visiting from out of the country, and he sat in his seat. This wealthy Jew sat in Rabbi Yosef Salant's seat. So you can imagine Rabbi Yosef Zundel, his level of his exuded kedusha and his piety came across. You think like he was what we call a nebuch. The way he came, the way he spoke, every word was expressed with the greatest level of respect. So he comes over to this person sitting in the seat. He says, "Excuse me, I have another seat for you. Maybe you'd like. This is my mocha kavua. I usually sit here." The person blows up. Wealthy man, you tell him where to sit, and he goes and he embarrasses Rabbi Yosef Salant in front of all the people in the shul. It's early in the morning. It hasn't even gotten light yet. So, okay. So Rabbi Yosef Salant feels that he's responsible because he caused him to embarrass him. And not only that, really, he looks bad because he doesn't know who he is. So in the group, the people were taken aback when they saw this man's behavior. The man really embarrassed himself. So after davening, Rabbi Yosef Salant gives a clap on the bim. He says, "I'm asking Mechila for embarrassing this person. Because since he didn't know where he was, he embarrassed himself. I'm the cause of his embarrassment." And he was really embarrassed. Okay, made it like it's he's going on record. You embarrassed yourself. So you understand, this person couldn't care less. Rabbi Yosef Salant, his intent wasn't to embarrass the man. He was asking Mechila. But while he's asking Mechila, the other person really is looking bad. Because people can embarrass people. Their intent is to embarrass the person, may not be embarrassed. Well, the fichoch. I told you I had a story 2 years ago in Eretz Yisrael. This person used to live in Muncie. He always told me of a divrei Torah. Never liked what he said. But I never said anything. He always by Kiddush Levana, he was always come over to me. There's a big Indian to dance after Kiddush Levana and sing. I said, "Look, it's not my minhag. It's not my minhag. I don't do that. You have to this." Just ignored him. I said, I do it. My Rosh Yeshiva did it. My Shgiach did. They didn't do it. I don't do it. But it's brought. I said, I don't do it. That's the end of the story. So the person tells me of a piece of Torah. So 2 years ago, Sukkot, and he's learning most of it. He's retired person, and I show him that what he's saying is not correct. In a very nice way. 2 days he tells me, "I would divide Torah." Yeah, I show him. He's not right. But he says to me, "You don't understand what kind of aggravation you cause me. Whenever I tell you divide Torah, it was rejected." And he was hurt. I offended him. And then he says, "And even in Muncie, when I used to ask you to dance by Kiddush Levana, you tell me you're Rosh Yeshiva, your Mashgiach, it's not your minhag. Whatever I suggest, you reject." There's something wrong with this guy. So I decided, I said, you know something, from now on, please. I asked Mechila, I didn't realize how sensitive you are. Don't tell me over the Torah. That's it. You know, people. But my intent was to embarrass him. You know, the person has a problem. You know. Ulefichoch kama nochlo leodom sheyoval sofik yeshisish who sofik gabkim yusofik malbim. Whenever a person is malbnei chaver rabim, you don't know what the outcome will be. The act itself is always a sofik. Lo shach lo mamutav sheyoval yeshisish min malbim. It's sofik ish versus sofik malbim. Because every case of malbim bnei chavero, it's always an issue. Many cases, shezeh pshita. The malbim lo havi rak sofik v'ilu eshes ish havi vadei. Eshes is vadei. Kachom noch sheyoval sofik eshes ish malbim. The hashta chomer lo mitzad shezeh vadei v'zeh sofik. The graveness, the seriousness, not because one is definite, one's a sofik. Avol David made the yoda ba'atzmu shoy malbim oso. But David knows for a fact he's embarrassing him. Ulefi choma afilo havi eshes ish vadei. Even if we definitely ish. I mean, David, they embarrassed him. They were out to embarrass him, and he was embarrassed. Afilu have ishes vadei, hashnam having malbim vadei. Because what do they do when they're dealing with David? In the abstract, it's sofik malbim. In the reality with David, it's vadei, and that was their intent, and they've done it multiple times before to embarrass him. See, there he said it's better to come on a vadei ish than malbim nechaver, because that's vadei malbim. Fichom David Shabbat Yeshisish Misosu Bechenek Yesh Lochem Mabo V'Nirid Noket Noachlu L'Odom She'aval Sovik Yeshisish Menei Dein Loma Noachlu L'Odom She'aval Yeshisish. He said it's better to come. Could you use the term better? Gameshish Ocho Below Tachlis Afilum Toma De Malbim Pnei Chaver Od Chomor Yoser. Even if the Malbim Chaver is even more serious than embarrassing a person publicly. Lo shach lo ben noach lo m'shova leishishish. The b'shvil chomer hazeh shel leishishish lo shach etz lo kloma lo ma noach lo m'shava leishishish. Al v'sofik osi shapir. But it's a sop v'yesh l'chol das l'hovin v'sodo ma'shoma noach shova leishisofik yishishish. It's better to have relations with a sofik al yavni chaver berabim. V'u yodua ma'shinzbar l'mal l'kein kol kacha chet al leishishish. He said before, when you embarrass a person, we're talking about the tzelem. What you're touching upon is something which has no relevance to this world. That's the ultimate. He said, is a chibur of gashmi and ruchni. Right? The woman is the physical, the man is the more spiritual. The man he referred to as the tzura, and the woman is the chomer. So the example I gave was just as the neshama is infused in the body, the union of a man and woman, the marriage, it's like guf and neshama. It's like the body and soul. The woman provides the physicality, the man provides the spirituality in terms of the totality of the relationship, in terms of the bonding. So therefore, malbnei chavero is what? It's something which is even more than ish v'isha, ish because a significant part of it is physical. Malbnei chavero is what? That's the tzelem. You're disgracing the tzelem. The tzelem is outside of what? Outside of the physical reality of the person. To be continued.